right, so first part of the instructions, it does tell you to set the anchors. Now I'm using these magnetic ones. Obviously I can't use a suction on a soft top. I guess you probably could if you had the windows up. Maybe use a suction on the windows, but that would be setting kind of low. Now full disclosure, they do not recommend, well, one, they don't recommend you use it if there's much wind at all, but they want you to use these on a flat surface. Obviously that's not going to happen. The closest thing I might have is right here at the front, which I do have PPF, so if I did put it up here, but it's at a pretty big angle. So that may help with the front part, but the back part, the only thing I really have is these bars, which aren't flat. Now these magnets are pretty strong, so if you do the same thing I do, sorry for the plane noise, if you do the same thing I do, just know this is going to compromise that. It goes against the recommendations of the manufacturer. So if I'm taking that risk knowingly, and if you do this, you are doing the same. So I'm not liable if this thing flies off with a wind gust. So, and neither is Moonshade, because this is not what they recommend. But being the soft top Bronco, what else are you gonna do? Now I do suppose if you fold this roof back, you might be able to mount it on the bar here, but as you can see, even if you push down, it is not going to, and I don't know if that's even aluminum, because it's not sticking at all. So I'm sticking up here with this. It's for an anchor. So, like I said, Moonshade probably would not recommend us doing that. That's what we're doing. You know, I have seen somebody mount theirs off the back with it mounted like one anchor over here, one anchor over there, coming off the back of the truck. That would also be an option. We're going to try the side. So stay tuned. We'll try this out. First instructions is to connect the pole, strut pole. So I'm going to do this, and I connected it this way. This little clip here will go to the anchor itself. I'm assuming that, or you would just have to run that into the anchor. So we're going to connect that and connect the other end and try to get it on top of the truck. So lesson learned for me, if you are going to do from the side of the vehicle out, and especially with like a Bronco, you don't have that 7-foot gap, the awning, when you lay it out, it has to be the short end facing the vehicle. When you're using the strut pole, did not realize that because it's not long enough to go on the sides. Same thing if you're going off the back here. So just kind of want to point that out to you. Put it in here. Got hooked to the end just like the instructions say. And then now we're going to attach it to the anchor points. So sorry, my eyes are squinting a little bit. I didn't bring a hat today, but we'll get this to you. So you ain't going to be able to see me, but we're going to tie it in there. Actually, I just lied. So instead of doing the anchor point on this side, over here in the middle, I'm doing it over here because it actually fits perfectly for that side. Now the weakest link, of course, is going to be this side because the magnet is not necessarily flush on that bar, whereas that one's directly to the A-pillar. So you will have a direct contact, so it's going to be strong on this side. Still got to be mindful, wind gusts could separate this over here. It's not that hard. So let's get this finished installed for you, and then we'll go from there. First things first, we're going to put these big bars in. This is always the fun part. And this is where it would really help if you did have a solid point, because this thing's got to bend. So we're going to try to get that in there like that. All right. So go ahead and snap these little pieces on. All right, got one more to go across the other side. Now, if you had a hard top, I'm not sure which one would be the best one to use, the suction or the magnet, because I don't think the magnet may not work, for one. So I don't want my pants to fall down. So these little plastic clips on here, I don't know if you can see this on the video, you just bring them up and snap them on. That provides the rigidity of the awning. All right, so now we're going to bring this up and attach it using these little hooks here. And also, there is a grommet you stick this through with the little hooks right here. You just turn it, and there's little clips on here. So, awesome. If you know how to do this, it doesn't take long at all. So, if you're like me, and you don't always fully understand the directions, it may take you a little longer. And that, boys and girls, is the Moonshade Awning for a soft top Bronco. Now, obviously, the way the sun's setting, I'm only going to get shaded here in the, because the sun's angled. It's towards daybreak, or towards night, sundown, I'm sorry. So as you can see, I'm 5'11". I have plenty of room here. There's a little hook up here you can hang like a light or something from if you want to. Obviously, if you're going to leave this up for any amount of time, you want to use the tie downs that come with it to anchor it down, so that way the wind doesn't pick it up this way. We're not going to be here more than a couple of minutes, so I just want to kind of show this to you real quick. So hope you guys like and enjoy. I do think this is a decent option, especially if you're going to like a car show or something like that. You just want to make sure you have something to anchor those down. On this end, up here, this is pretty solid. This magnetic mount on the A-pillar. The back one can be kind of questionable because it's on that bar. So use your own judgment on that. Like I said, I'm not liable for what you do. But just know that if you put it back there, there is a risk of it blowing off. There's a risk of this thing blowing off regardless if you have high winds. So just be smart, you know. Obviously, this is not going to be something as sturdy as something that's permanently mounted to the truck. But this would be a good alternative to keep you in the shade. So anyway, hope you guys like. Please like and subscribe. We'll get more to come. All right, so here we are, the inside. As you can see, it domes up pretty good. Like I said, I'm 5'11", and I'm way under this. There's a little hook right there if you want to hook stuff. There's also some hook straps here if you want to use something like that. Awesome. Yeah, as you can see, the anchor points right there and right up here. As you can see, it does get close right there. This is, like I said, I got PPF. If you don't have PPF, you might want to put something between that magnet and the tank.